Alright, today's movie is called Mr. and Mrs. Cabal's Theater. This is one of those movies. It's a surrealist, it's a surrealist animated film, and um, I'm I'm kind of convinced that Terry Gilliam might have taken some inspiration from this film. Um, I'm not sure if I said it about any movie before, but yeah, it's very weird and out there, and that's the idea. Um, I mean, there's not a whole lot to the story. Hardly anything is going on. Um, it's about this married couple, and the husband is henpecked by the wife, and she's like this weird looking robot thing. She's like, yeah, a lot of people talk about, or yeah, she's said to be mechanical, and yeah, that's the impression I got from the movie. So yeah, um, and yeah, it's mostly just a bunch of random events with some weird, surreal animation that usually involves, Mrs. Cabal harming Mr. Cabal in some way or another, basically abusing him. Um, and yeah, I do, I am I'm kind of iffy on the whole, wife abuses husband for humor trope, but, the whole idea is that it's funny because it's a role reversal of what you normally expect. Normally the man's supposed to be in power, except, that's not exactly how it is in real life. But I don't need to go into this gender politics stuff, but, yeah, so yeah, I don't think the premise is funny on its own, but the weird animation makes it interesting to watch. Um, Sometimes it does get very slow. Like there's hardly anything happening. Like there's a scene that's basically just like 10 minutes of them laying on the beach, and there's like all these butterflies flying around, and hardly anything's happening. And yeah, that takes a lot of patience, and it's near the beginning of the movie, so that's yeah, it didn't give me the highest hopes for what the overall film was going to be like, but thankfully it picked up after that. But it's it's just weird. Um, there's this running gag where Mr. Cabal is spying on these ladies in swimsuits. There's even a naked lady near the end. Um, it doesn't show anything, but still. Oh yeah, and when he spies on the ladies, they're live action women. Um, but yeah, it's always capped off by showing that they're with this old guy with a beard, and he's like some kind of pimp or something. Um, or like a playa. Yeah, don't need to get into that stuff. Um, Obviously, it's pretty obvious why he's spying on these ladies, because he's obviously not very satisfied with his married life. Um, um, there's some creative stuff in here, some interesting imagery. Mostly how they like work in the live action stuff, because I don't know, it can be kind of funny how you know they mix the two mediums together. Um, but I don't know. It was a little boring at times, kind of amusing, but I don't know. I guess it was worth a watch. Um, do I even have much else to say? Because this was a strange little movie, and I can only expect that I will see more like it soon enough because we are approaching the 70s now. In fact, we are already pretty much at that point in time where, you know, hippies were, you know, the hippie movement was probably starting up. Um, I mean, this was still 2 years before Woodstock, but yeah. But I know near the end of the 60s and throughout the 70s, animated, just animations in general, started getting a little more experimental. Um, Maybe not like TV shows. That stuff was like safe as safe as hell. But and very poorly animated. Um, at least most of them. You know what? I forget it. Um, but yeah, it's the animation's crappy, but I think it's meant to be crappy. Um, I don't know if I really have anything else to add. Yeah. There's If I do, I'll put it in the comments. But yeah, I really can't think of much else to say. This is just a strange movie, but if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out. Um, Maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you won't. I don't know, but yeah, just feel free to check it out and come to your own conclusions. Um, so I'd say my rating for this movie is probably somewhere between a 6 and a 7. Um, so yeah, just see it for yourself, and yeah, I guess you'll see what I mean. Hopefully, um, I'm a little lost for words after what I watched, but to be fair, I watched weirder ones before this. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll just leave it there. Mash it and smash it. Signing off.